Lolita fashion has its own economy, and I find it really interesting. For the most part, Lolita dresses are released in batches with a finite amount of quantity, and once it sells out, it's gone. This creates an extremely active secondhand market for Lolita dresses, and the value of these pieces has many variables to account for, but a large part of that is community perception, which for some things stays consistent, but for other pieces really fluctuates. I gathered some random completed listings throughout the years from Lace Market, and I asked a few of my friends of varying different Lolita knowledge levels to see if they could guess how much the dress sold for. And I invite all of you to participate in the comments below. I numbered each listing, so you can open up the comments, write a little number 1 and follow along and guess before I tell you the price, because I'm curious if you have an idea of the value of these pieces throughout different times. I did not tell my friends the brand that these pieces were from. I only told them the name and then the year that the listing was completed in, and the currency that I'm using for all of these pieces is USD. I was able to conduct these interviews at Anime North this year, and I am so grateful that they invited me to come as media. Anime North is always one of the highlights of my year, and they did not pay me to say that. They did not ask me to say that. I really genuinely enjoy this convention. It's a 3-day fan-run event in Toronto that focuses around anime things. I have covered the event in long-form YouTube videos in the past. Definitely check those out because it is such a great event, and if you are able to attend next year, I definitely recommend it. Before we get into the dresses, I want to introduce you to each of my friends that I interviewed for this video. Liz is a veteran Lolita, but I'm curious to see how much she knows because she mostly makes her own Lolita dresses, and her daughter Caitlin is a newbie just getting into Lolita fashion. Alexia, or Ghost Girl Goods, has been involved with Harajuku fashion for a long time, including Lolita fashion, but she has a wide interest in styles, so she doesn't follow Lolita fashion specifically very closely, and considers herself a casual Lolita. Trey and Valerie know absolutely nothing about Lolita. We became friends working Halloween Haunt together, and they are very supportive of me, even though they don't have a personal interest in Lolita fashion. Can you guess how much each of these dresses sold for? Starting with Iron Gate, and this listing was sold in 2018.
100? Secondhand, so I don't
Secondhand is Iron Gate, which I actually recognize that name, so...
I name it all.
400?
I'll go for 950.
500.
It looks like a 150.
All of my friends have guessed. I hope that you have put your guess in the comments. This listing sold for $1,421.93.
I was like,
Secondhand?
I know, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna lowball it, but I didn't think it was that low.
So like 10 times the price I said.
Yes.
Yikes.
I think this dress is probably the most famous moi-même moitié piece. It is the most well-known, recognized. I feel like for many Gothic Lolitas, it is a rite of passage, so it is very highly sought after. Moi-même moitié in general tends to sell for a little bit higher. It's an extremely popular brand, and I theorize that part of that is because it is not only worn by Lolitas, it is also appreciated by people who wear Gothic fashion in general, and also fans of the brand Malice Miser, because moi-même moitié is run by the bassist from Malice Miser, Monasama, who is also a huge public figure in the Lolita community and just the goth community. This dress is called Power and Thrones, and it's sold in 2023. How much do you think it's sold for?
120. I'm really lowballing.
150. I saw the label, but I wasn't sure if it said Crad Laurent or whatever that brand was, but I'm not sure actually. 5,450.
That's got to be like at least 1,000 or more.
2,000?
I set the bar kind of high, starting off with Iron Gate and an expensive dress that I maybe messed with my friend's perception of the cost of Lolita because
I'm just gonna say for the record for Laura's video, we do not know about prices, so don't come at me.
yeah, some of them have no idea. They have no reference point. This dress sold for
$60.
Okay.
Oh! Oh! I couldn't tell.
Okay, this is
pretty typical for an Infanta dress. Infanta is a cheaper Taobao brand. That doesn't mean that it's horrible. It's just, it doesn't have the brand recognition and name that other Japanese labels would. And it is slightly more mass-produced, slightly lesser quality, but it's still an absolutely gorgeous dress and definitely a great option if you have a smaller budget for Lolita fashion. It's definitely a lot more reasonable. Moving right along, how much do you think Puppet Circus sold for in 2016?
It looks more, I guess, simpler, but I'm guessing it's a high price. So, 200.
$500?
$8,000.
I swear to God, if I get this wrong, I'm gonna be pissed off. Okay, I'm gonna say at least $70 or $80.
200.
Do you see what I did there? I chose a dress that kind of looks like Puppet Circus a little bit and then listed off Puppet Circus. I thought that maybe I could trick people into guessing a lower number. This dress sold for $1,500.
Dang it! That's like 2.5 car payments.
Okay.
I get this wrong, you'll be pissed off.
I am pissed off!
What would you spend $1,500 on? Like, what would you save up to spend that money on?
Probably a new camera, honestly. Probably a new camera.
That's not even enough.
No, just the body, not the...
That's still not enough.
Alright, okay,
A
alright.
lens, a nice lens.
Yeah,
Maybe
nice
a
lens.
lens, yeah.
Like 4 aerial hoops.
Back to Puppet Circus being $1,500.
Which is actually what I've come to expect for Puppet Circus. If you know, you know. It's a very, very highly coveted, sought after Angelic Pretty piece. Angelic Pretty tends to go a little bit higher. It's an extremely popular brand. But also, Puppet Circus was released in 2006 and it has not had a re-release. And something about it just drives Lolita's crazy. I've never particularly been interested in it. I don't understand the hype for it, but I feel the hype for other things, so I understand why if you just saw it and loved it, you really want it. It's an absolute flex to wear Puppet Circus as well. I think that the velveteen material and the way that this print is put on, it's really likely to easily get damaged, so that also kind of adds value to it, because to have something that's pristine from 2006 that you have worn, like it adds a lot of value to it. How much do you think Squirrel Party sold for in 2023?
I know how you love squirrels. 900?
Oh my god. I was gonna do like 90.
Okay.
90!
Dress, it's so cute.
Oh, it is cute.
I used to have the blue one at $80.
Okay.
Oh, what the hell? Okay, 500? I don't know. I'm so confused.
50.
This dress sold for
$34.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Generous.
That's secondhand body line.
Yep.
34?
$44. I said 50. You're close.
I'm close. If it was Canadian,
Yeah.
it's $50 right there.
and that's pretty typical. Bodyline is known for being a much more basic, budget-friendly brand. However, I want to recognize that this particular print, even though it's squirrels and I don't like squirrels, I can recognize that the art in it is much more detailed. There is a lot going on, and I definitely think you get your value worth with this dress. In 2023, Bodyline's stock is quite confusing. They have periods of time where they have quite a lot and then serious droughts, but I find that you can always find bodyline secondhand on Lace Market and it goes for so cheap. If you are looking for affordable pieces, you want to build up your wardrobe, definitely look at bodyline secondhand. How much do you think Whipped Magic sold for in 2017?
Yeah, I call it Atomic Cupcake, but yeah.
It does look like that.
My heart says 1,000, but I don't remember when it peaked.
I think 800.
850.
The radioactive cupcakes.
650.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Oh, this is not fair. Okay, I'm gonna go in a rough ballpark of like 700 to 600. Yeah, 600 to 700.
I don't know why I keep going on the cheaper end, but it seems like a 300 or 200.
This is an angelic pretty dress that sold for $30.
Oh my god! Okay. Yeah, okay. That's why I was like, I can't remember because I know it had like a second coming. But it was super popular all of a sudden.
$30?
$30.
People buy the bodyline dress for $30.
$30?
$30.
Oh my god.
This listing was missing the ribbon for the corset lacing, and then it was also missing the waist ties, but I have seen pieces go for much higher than $30 missing those things. It is because Whipped Magic was a hated print in the Lolita community for a long time. Nowadays, Whipped Magic sells for about $200 or $300, and I think that even now, this dress without the lacing, without the waist ties, could sell for at least $150. And I think that maybe part of the reason why it's selling for more is because I made a video trying to redeem it and understand why the print was so unique. And that video did really well. Thank you all for watching it. And I don't think it was all me. I think that also we're starting to feel nostalgic for bright colors and like the 2000s. There was also quite a large sweet boom in 2020. A lot of new Lolitas joined who are into sweet Lolita. So I think that that also contributed to it as well. But I do remember that there was a time when people were really struggling to get rid of Whipped Magic. It was just not selling. There were many listings of it and they were going for really affordable. So that's an example of the market really fluctuating. How much do you think this Kira doll OP set sold for in 2021?
600.
600?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna do half of that. Okay.
Okay, 300. You could say that.
No, now I'm feeling 500. 500, final guess.
It's like, it looks like more like old school style, and I feel like someone's gonna gauge out of this, so I want to say 1,250.
Okay, I'm gonna say 1,000. I'm gonna say 1,000.
2,500.
This angelic pretty release sold for $7,719.
Oh my god.
I think that right now Caitlin is questioning why she got involved in this fashion subculture. But you know what? I don't have sympathy for you, Caitlin, because your mom could literally make you Lolita if you wanted. And she can also help you shop smart, so don't worry. You don't have to buy a $7,000 dress. Now, this may not be correct, but I think that it is, because some listings on Lace Market are listed for a huge price as a reservation for other people, but there was nothing on this listing stating that it was a reservation. Normally, angelic pretty non-printed pieces in the secondhand market go for very little, so I was surprised to see a non-print piece go for such a high amount, and I think that it is possible because this was an extremely limited release and it has not been re-released. According to Lowberry, this was only sold for a limited release at Angelic Pretty Tokyo's store, and due to high demand, it was also limited on their website, but that was only in Japan, and again, this was, 2007? So Lolita fashion was extremely popular in Japan at that time, and was growing within the rest of the world, but there weren't a lot of places internationally to buy things. Either way, this set is extremely valuable. I also couldn't find any other listings of this being sold secondhand ever, anywhere. I really went on extreme ends of the spectrum when it comes to secondhand listings, and I think that some of my friends heard the high-priced numbers and really could not get out of that mindset, but there are affordable options. I feel like I maybe broke Caitlin and she is questioning her decision to be involved in Lolita, but I swear it's not all expensive, it's not overwhelming. Shopping secondhand can definitely provide more budget-friendly options, and you can even organize Lace Market by price listing, so you can have lower price items listed first if you don't even want to look at the higher range, because you know, you can have a specific number that you want in mind, and when you start to reach it, just leave. Don't look at the rest of it. That's how I search for Lolita. Thank you so much to all of my friends who let me interview them for this video. I had a lot of fun making this, and I want to know, how well did you guess? Did you know the prices of these items? Did you have an idea, or were you completely lost? Let me know if you like this style of video. I definitely think it's something that I could continue and try out again, because there are so many different listings and so many different Lolita pieces. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. As always, stay lovely.
Personally save up like $1,000 to buy.
A trip to Korea or Tokyo.
Travel, right?
Yeah.
Travel.
15 cats.
Ghost Girl Goods products.
I'm Willy hitting the Wii in Fortnite.
But I can't imagine him wearing one. Well,
No, we're not having this conversation. No.
Oh, don't worry, Val. I'll take it from here. I really hope that Trey doesn't hate me after this.
Okay, all right.